Hi guys, it's Chris. I'm back. I had a Facebook post a couple weeks ago about these green smoothies that I've been doing and just how much better it made me feel, made some pain go away. Didn't quite get the reaction I was hoping for, so I'm here to kind of beat you over the head with it one more time. Last time I promise, but I thought this time I might show you exactly how quick and easy you can just work this into your daily routine. Just even if you just do it one per day, that's all I'm doing. One per day. I do it for breakfast. Actually, depending on who's here, I might do or I actually do 2 or 3 a day for breakfast, just depending on who's here. Susanna or her mom, or Liam likes them a little bit every once in a while. So what I thought I would do was blend one up real quick, just to give you an idea of how quickly you can add this into your daily diet. So let me give you kind of a basic recipe. That's generally just a handful or two of some dark greens, some fruit, whatever kind of fruit you like. I'm going to use pineapple and mango. Basically because I like to buy it frozen. I can buy it frozen and organic, and it keeps the smoothie cool. These are also kind of sweet fruits, so it really kind of is really good at hiding some of the flavors of the kale and the spinach, which I'll be using. Then on the last thing you use is some sort of a seed, nut, anything like that to add a little bit of fat to it in order to help you absorb some of these other nutrients that are in these things. So what I'm going to do real quick is just go ahead and start. I have everything on the counter, but generally what I do is just leave everything in the fridge or the freezer, and just take the cups over there in the morning, take a handful out, as you can see real quick. Take about this much out. Don't even have to take it out of the refrigerator. I'm just doing it here so I don't have to turn my back to you. And you can see just how quickly it goes. This is spinach. This is organic baby spinach. You can see it costs $5. This will probably last a week and a half. And like I said, we're doing 2 or 3 here every morning. This is some organic kale that I bought and just kind of chopped up real quick. Both of these are considered, this superfoods, which basically means it's low in calories and just really high in nutrients, antioxidants, vitamins, things like that. So then once I get that into my cup in the morning, I'll just open up the freezer side. I have several bags of stuff in there. I've got berries, like I said, mango, pineapple. Again, I really try to buy organic, both for health reasons and to just it's kind of like voting with your dollars kind of things. But all this stuff can be bought at Costco. I can get a huge bag of these types of greens, usually baby greens because they're a little milder, and you can kind of hide the flavor a little bit. Quite honestly, I don't really mind the flavor. But anyway, you can buy this stuff at Costco. It's super cheap. And they're pretty good about having organic stuff on stock, like all the time. Okay, so I have spinach, kale, pineapple, now a little bit of mango. Normally, I kind of cram stuff in there, try to get a lot in there in the morning, but this is kind of my second one for the day, so I'm not really all that concerned about it. Other fruits you can throw in there. I like to throw in frozen ones because it keeps the smoothie cool, and I prefer it cool. Apples, oranges. We buy these little cutie oranges. Just peel that real quick, drop it in there, perfect size. Sometimes I even throw a little bit of the skin in there just to give it a little more of a citrus flavor. And a lot of the nutrients in oranges happen to be in the skin. In fact, they talk about how they've done some studies that the skin of an orange in certain doses for, they haven't got to human studies yet, but for lab, I guess rats or mice, actually lowers the cholesterol better than statins, which also brings up apples. Apples are great to throw in there, but you want to throw that in there with the skin. And by finding organic apples sometimes is a little hard, but you have to find organic with apples because apples is one of the top three fruits and vegetables that you need to buy organic. I guess that's probably the highest level of pesticides are found on those. But in apples, there's a type of fiber in there. It's called pectin. I guess it's really good at helping your body eliminate the cholesterol that's building up in there. You know, at my age, that's one of the things I'm really focusing on. Okay, so spinach, kale, pineapple, mango. Then you usually throw some sort of a seed or nut, almonds. Some people use flax seeds. I've got a friend who's discouraged me from using flax. And I personally had some sort of allergic reaction to it or something like that. So what I use is chia. This is another one of those things that's called a superfood. Basically, it just means it's very nutrient dense. It's not anything crazy. And this has a ton of fiber in it. It's got protein. And the main reason I want to use it is it's got the omegas in it. My omegas, it's not a ton, and they're not even the same type that you get from fish oil, so you can't quit taking your fish oil for this. But it does have that in there, and of course it does have, you know, a seed or a nut would have a little bit of fat in there to help you with the intake of some of these fat-soluble vitamins that are in here. Now the last thing I always throw in there is I throw in turmeric. Turmeric is it's an herb that's used a lot in India and in their curries. It's what makes their curries yellow or orange. And this is just an incredible anti-inflammatory. So that's the other thing I'm really working on. When I first started doing this, my hip pain that I was having went away. My gut just kind of dropped. Still a little bit there. I haven't lost any weight. The weight loss is not what's happening with me on this, but the hip pain went away. I have some these things that I get on my skin. I guess it's genetic or whatever, but they're sort of like little calluses, and my doctor explained to me that they're sort of precancerous. If left long enough, they would become cancer. I can think of two that were right here exactly. I get them on my hands. They disappeared. So I'm assuming that it is the turmeric that does that. So hip pain went away, skin has improved dramatically, and the last thing would be my energy. The energy I've got is incredible. I mean, I feel good from the time I wake up, because I've slept very good. I sleep very good. From the time I get up through work, I usually get hungry, you know, lunchtime. So I haven't changed anything I eat at lunch. Don't change anything I eat at dinner. So, you know, it's not like I'm on this crazy health food kick. It's just this one smoothie a day. And I just feel tons better. The other thing is I really don't crave sugar the way I did. You know, if there happens to be, Susanna goes to these things and she brings some cupcakes or whatever, I'm not like all about it. It's just I just don't feel like having it. So that is kind of the basic recipe. You know, I also throw in limes. I throw in bananas. Just anything. A lot of berries. Berries are very good in antioxidants. I buy those frozen and organic, both at Costco again. And I want to say a big bag like this. This is probably 5 pounds. I want to say it's less than $10. And you know, you can see I'm only using you know, maybe a handful between the two. So it's very economical. And like I said, it's frozen. There's really not that much difference between the frozen versus fresh as far as nutrients and vitamins and things like that. They say that the frozen fruits usually picked a little closer to being perfectly ripe, just because it doesn't have to travel the whole way. It's frozen pretty quickly. So now what I've done is kind of gotten away from how to show you how quickly this actually is. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and blend this up. I'm going to throw in a little water. Throw the lid on here. Now, if you've juiced before, this is not that. This keeps all the fiber. This keeps all of the entire vegetable, fruit, everything you put in there becomes part of the drink. It becomes liquefied and it becomes easy to drink. And honestly, with the pineapple and the mango, it tastes really good. I don't even taste the green that's in there. You would think maybe the spinach or sometimes I use chard or kale has a particular flavor. I don't even really taste it. In fact, Liam will drink these sometimes if he sees it sitting there, or his grandma or mom has one. He wants to drink it, and he loves it. So it's not bitter. Okay, so what I'm going to do is blend this up real quick. I don't know if you can see this, but the chia seed, everything is blended very well. This is not a commercial for NutriBullet. I'm not trying to sell you the appliance. I think that there's other less expensive things that you can get that will do pretty much the same thing. But this is very quick and simple. Normally I would just take this and I would drink it. I'd be, going back to the computer, doing email, whatever I might be doing. That would be it for me right now. It's really that quick. Now, normally I would drink it right out of the cup, but the other part of this is how convenient this is the, I don't know if you can see the color in that, it's really pretty green. It's a cleanup, unbelievable. I had a juicer, the cleanup, the fact that I was putting in, bagfuls of groceries and coming out with 1 cup of juice was all a big pain in the neck, and I didn't really follow through with it just because it was inconvenient. So this is what I have left over. This is the blender. This is the little gasket that goes in there, and the cup. Now, I do have a little bit of chia seed in there that might be a little more difficult to get off, but just let me show you how quickly it is. Just run some hot water, rinse, the blade is done. And what we do here is I just set it right here on the side and it's good to go for tomorrow. The cup, same thing, really hot water. Normally I don't even have to do that, but the chia seed kind of bunched up in here today. Doesn't normally do that. But that is something with the chia. As it gets a little sticky when it gets wet, it kind of absorbs a lot of water. It becomes real sticky. But usually there's only just a hand, not even a hand, several. I'd say there's like 4 or 5 seeds that might get stuck in there because they get wet and they kind of stick to the side. But I would usually fix that in the blending, but I wanted to show you. Again, super quick, super easy, and cleanup is you just saw it. It's 30 seconds maybe, and this thing is perfectly clear. Every few days I'll just make sure I throw this all through the dishwasher and make sure it's clean. So that's really it. promise not to bother you with it anymore. I'm not trying to sell you a NutriBullet. I'm sure there's many other options out there that you can use. Actually, I've seen them as cheap as $30. I don't know how well they work. I know this one works really well. But anyway, it just made me feel tons better, and I just wanted to share that with anybody who maybe isn't feeling their best. My energy is the main thing. Energy and the pain are the things that I've noticed the biggest difference. So anyway, maybe try it in a blender. Try it with just a little bit of this and that to see if it's going to help, and I hope it does. And good luck.